Hello. Today we're going to do your weekly readings, and I try to do these a little bit different each time. And this time I have included a oracle card and an affirmation type card, and then a 3-card spread that I typically do. There's no wrong way to do this. You can choose a pile before I flip them, after I flip them, just whatever resonates with you. There's no wrong way to do this, but we're going to get started. Oh, I don't know how that one got flipped. Anyway, pile 1. Keep your dreams alive. When I shine bright, I give others permission to shine with me. Then we have the Hermit, Knight of Wands, and the Empress. So you're really stepping out this week, huh? May have spent some time in the recent past really being inside of yourself and not paying attention to the opinions, thoughts, ideas, whatever, of the people around you. And I feel this card speaks of us becoming more comfortable with ourselves. What do I know about me? What is my relationship with my own thoughts and my own emotions, and where do I stand, and how you're not looking for anybody else to answer those for you. In this energy, you are relying on yourself to have those conversations and to pull that inner wisdom from yourself. And that I love this energy. I am a hermit physically most of the time, and sometimes emotionally. I relate with this card so much, but I also understand in order to keep living your dreams and to inspire others to do so as well, you have to be in the physical world, and it looks like that's what's happening this week. There's definitely an opportunity to be interactive with the people around you and to have a physical movement regarding whatever these dreams are in your life, wherever you want to shine. This card speaks of charisma and passion and physically interacting, as well as a mental creativity that's happening in this person, and he is out in the world, ready to share his love or passion or whatever with the world, share his dreams with the world. And the Empress card is the creator. She's the mother. She encompasses that nurturing in our physical space. She is, grows the most beautiful gardens and creates the most beautiful art, or however you want to think about that in the physical world. This energy is someone who owns her physical space, and she creates the space that she wants to be in. And so these two energies together are absolutely beautiful, moving from in your head to creating it in your world, with this actual movement card in between. That shows a beautiful progression. And I believe this is just reminding us that the more we can authentically live ourselves, the more we can take what's inside of our head and actually build it in our life and share it with others, we can definitely have an impact on the people around us to do the same thing. And wouldn't that be beautiful if everyone actually was keeping their dreams alive and bringing them into their physical world to live them? And that's beautiful, and it looks like you have an opportunity to really enjoy your week and really move towards the life you want to have, and sharing it with others so they can share their light too. Aw, that was an absolutely sweet reading. All right. Pile number 2, we have Let Love Be Your Beacon. I love my food. My food loves me. Oh, of course. Judgment, 3 of coin, and 4 of coin. So you might find that this card's a little funny in an affirmation type deck or any kind of reading like this, but I think it serves its purpose, especially with these cards. So I feel that with the Judgment card, you've had to get really real with yourself. What is serving me? What is not? What is helping me have a good life? What is not? Am I caring for my body? Or what do I do that cares for my body? What don't I? What are my bad habits? How are, all of these kind of judgments, holding yourself accountable for your actions. This may be a big feeling coming into this week. So in this week, we have the 3 and the 4 of coins. The 3 of coins is a newer project that you may be working on and coming to the realization that you need help from others. There needs to be a compromise, and there has to be a working together to make this come to fruition. And so with this food card coming up and let love be your beacon, I really feel that you may have been thinking about your physical space, how, especially your health, and maybe feeling guilty or judging yourself and the relationship you have with food in particular, but relationship to anything in you're putting into your body. Is this fueling me? And you may come to the realization that you really need to get your family involved or get involved with some kind of group that's going to help you. And let love be your beacon. And I love my food. The love word is in both of these. So if this is your family and you're trying to get them on board with a healthier lifestyle, I really feel like you need to come from a place of love. I'm sorry. It's Masters Week. If you don't know what that is, it's the Masters Golf Tournament is near me, and the planes don't stop. They're in and out all day, and I read outside. So sorry. Anyway, you have to come from this very loving place, loving yourself. Let your love be your beacon. You have to love yourself, and you have to come from a place of love with dealing with these other people. I love myself enough to have a good relationship with what I'm fueling my body with. I love my family enough to make these uncomfortable choices, to try to implement these things. And the 4 here really speaks of a very strong foundation and being very secure in your physical space. So your home, your body, your workspace. So this card also can talk of greed or holding on to things too tightly and not allowing growth. But I feel here that it's just your energy of pulling in and trying to set up a really strong foundation for you and your relationship to what fuels your body, and getting out of judging yourself and understanding you don't need to judge yourself. You don't need to be like, oh my God, I had 2,700 calories today when I was only supposed to have 25. Like, screw that. Make choices that are coming from a place of love. I love myself, and this is what I need to do to show myself love. However you're fueling your world, is it loving you? Does that make sense? I hope it does. I feel This seems like a very specific, oops, sorry, I bumped the camera. A very specific, if this relates to you, I would love to know. But I just feel like you coming into this place of creating a really solid foundation with you, and this just seems, like I said, it's just so specific, but I think a lot of people are here. So many people want to make better choices about what they're putting in their body, their health in general, and I've seen it come up in a lot of readings recently, and I just really think that you're on the right track. Just come from a place of loving yourself and loving your body and loving your family, and let that lead the way. Does this feel like a loving act? Does this food love my body like I love my body? You know, like things like that, and you can get into a really good place. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Involve the people you're closest with, not in a, oh my God, I'm going on a diet and you need to yell at me. Sorry for that voice. I don't know why I do that, but like, hold yourself accountable. Come from a place of love, ask for support and compromise, and let people know, I love myself enough to do this. Please love me too, and let me love you, and we can work on this to create a solid foundation for us to keep moving from. And I think that's an awesome way to spend your week. All right. Third and final one. We have strength, Ace of Coins, and Five of Wands. When I'm speaking about health stuff like this, these guys have been popping out all over the place. Catch your breath. I share my light with the world. So I share my light with the world. That's pretty obvious. I'm sharing who I am, but catch your breath. This card is telling me, shut your mouth. Like that's how I'm interpreting that right now. There's a biblical passage that I'm not going to remember and I'm going to butcher. But it was something about your light shining from under a bushel. Like, you don't need to shove your light down other people's throat for it to shine. You don't, I see this as, personal story real quick. I grew up in a Christian household, and at a very early age, decided who I liked to listen to and who I thought were truly Christians and who wasn't. And it was the people that were preaching hellfire and brimstone and very aggressively trying to tell you how to live your life were the ones I didn't want to listen to. It was people like my grandmother, who was very quiet and sincere, and she just lived in a way where you could tell she was just filled with God's love. She didn't push it. She didn't preach. She was just such a sweet soul. And she was the kind of person that I looked to for guidance and wanted to emulate, because she didn't have to go out and scream from the top of a soapbox to get people to understand who she was and what her faith was and her beliefs and her morals. She just lived it, and you could see it. And I just remember being so drawn to that kind of energy as a young person. So these two cards, I share my light with the world and catch your breath, I feel like it's, especially with this upcoming energy, that's very important to understand that you can be yourself and let your light shine without running your mouth, without preaching or being on a soapbox, or, you know, in today's world, posting 47 videos and arguing with people in comment sections, you know. Um, but down here we have the Strength card, which is very much coming to an understanding that to tame the beast, it doesn't take chains and whips and aggression. It takes a space of love and understanding and compassion and a true strength, inner control of yourself to tame the wild beast. And you may really be in a space where you're feeling really strong and you're feeling really strongly about some stuff, especially with the Ace of Pentacles or Coins coming up next. This could be a brand new like project in your world, whether a new job, a new component within your job where you're creating something new or working on something new, or something in your home that you're remodeling or fixing or building. This is something new and you're feeling very confident in it. However, there definitely may be some turmoil. Definitely maybe. There will be some turmoil this week. And a lot of times, I call this the practice card. Like, when I see people doing, like, martial arts, like, you don't get good at martial arts if you never get your butt kicked, right? Like, there's this very physical aspect to the sport. Like, you have to engage with other people. You have to let them attack you to know that you know what you're doing, and to know that you're capable of doing this. If you just stand in the middle of the mat by yourself and practice these techniques, it does not mean that you could do anything to protect yourself from someone when they attacked you, because that's part of that learning process, is learning and interacting and hands-on kind of stuff. So I see this as a practice card. But a lot of times it doesn't feel like that, and people need to be reminded that when situations come up and there's a little turmoil, like, you need that to grow. Growth comes from uncomfortable space, right? When something's really uncomfortable, that's when people get really innovative to change it. So I feel this week that there's something new and it's gonna feel a little crazy. It's gonna feel a little uncomfortable, or you're gonna feel like there's some resistance there or something, and you may have very strong feelings about this, and you may want to be a beast a little bit. You know, it's funny, his mouth's wide open in this picture, like, you're gonna listen to me. But it may be better to catch your breath a little bit, not share every single thought, idea, opinion, and just keep doing the things that you know you need to do, that you know is right, that you feel is right, and just keep, instead of preaching, I hate to use that word, but really, instead of preaching at whoever's in this situation with you, just keep doing what you know you're supposed to be doing. Stay focused on the task. Set your intentions for it to be a good, a profitable, successful situation. And be mindful of the words that you say. And this kind of conflicty situation can go very smoothly, and you can approach it as, this is practice. We need to learn how to do this together so we can continue on. And I think that this is a seed, and this is the uncomfortableness that's going to force growth. So that's not a bad thing at all. Awesome. Well, these were really fun to do. I hope you all enjoyed the new cards. If you did, I would love to hear it. If you didn't, you can tell me that too. And I'm sorry about the lighting. It's starting to get a little dark out here, so hopefully you're able to see okay. And I look forward to doing these for you next week again. So if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please let me know. If you want some clarification on something, I would love to interact with you. Please send me a message, leave me a comment. However you'd like to interact would be great with me. So I hope you all have an amazing week. Take care of yourselves, and we will see you soon. Bye.